Good morning, everyone. My name is Igho, and this is still my shelter. This is my bed. I woke up this morning. A lot of people are saying it's not me again. I'm proving that it's me, and indeed I am homeless. And I woke up in a homeless shelter. I've been here for more than 1 year, and this is my fourth third shelter. I've been going up and down from shelter to shelter. This is my drawer. Yeah, with my clothes. When I left home, I didn't have any clothes. The police took me with my clothes are still home. I have nothing. This is all I have. So I put the same clothes that I have from yesterday, and I'm doing the video to show you guys me. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you for your love and support. I thank you guys very much for being, you show me your love and your care. Please just help me out, donate to the GoFundMe that I posted, and also please be very kind in your judgment and your judgment and your comments that you post. If it's not me, I wouldn't come out. Remember, I haven't posted for 1 year, and this is my first time doing all of this. I feel kind of embarrassed doing this, but when it comes to my children, I'll do anything for them. So thank you guys. It is me. Please support me whatever you can so I can get out there, get a place, get legal fees. Just help me out. And as you do this, I just want to thank you in advance, and may God bless all of you in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you. God bless you.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel everyone, and thank you so much for watching. What's going on, guys? I am Jade. If you're new here, please hit the like button and also share this video. Let's talk about Karen Igho. So I know that her face may not be familiar to a lot of you, but she was in 2011 she won the 2011 installment of the Big Brother Africa, and she came out the winner. She came out first place, and and when things like that happen, usually when you win Big Brother, it usually signals the beginning of something amazing happening in your life. Because if everything pans out the way things are supposed to pan out, Big Brother is supposed to catapult you into fame. Because Big Brother is actually the biggest show, in Africa, and being able to come out to emerge as a winner, like, it's so major. So obviously her future was bright, and I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, she kind of disappeared from the limelight, and I didn't exactly know when the marriage took place, but I started to hear that I saw pictures and videos that she had gotten married to a white man. And she was on and off, on and off, on and off, and all of a sudden she just kind of disappeared. 2011, that's a while ago. That's like 13 years ago that she was first of all thrusted into space. So the way it is now, and she came out recently basically begging for support. Okay, so this was the initial post that she made. Hold on. So she basically came out with this point. This is somebody that we have not heard from in years, right? First time that we're hearing from her, she came out and she's saying, I'm going through a divorce. So this was what she posted. She says, I'm going through a divorce with my husband. I have been homeless for a year, and I have been hurt sexually and physically. So if anything happens, ask or hold the man who brought me to a country where I know no one. He's trying to take children away by saying I'm mentally sick. Like, every time I see stories like this, all I can do is just thank God for the women who got away. All I can do is thank God for the women who were saved, who did not end up in the situation that Karen is currently in. That's all I can do. Like, thank God that she did not end up like this. So now she's saying that, he took her to a country that she doesn't know anyone. I remember when she came, when she was first introduced to us, I believe the conversation was that she lived in the UK, but I'm guessing now that she doesn't live in the UK, which is really crazy. And based on his name sounds like he's from Russia or something. And even looking at the environment from where she's taking this video, it looks like this does not look like a first world facility. Okay, it doesn't look like a first world facility. This looks like something from a third world country, or maybe Eastern European countries, or places like Russia or wherever. That's what this looks like. Like, I have examined these photos, and it just looks like this is not from a first world European country. This does not look like a video taken from a facility in Western Europe. So again, took her out of wherever she was and took her to a country where she knows nobody. And that's the thing. When they take you from where you have your support system, where you have everything, and take you to somewhere where they have their support system, and you are left alone with no one, guess what's going to happen? They're going to capitalize on that. They're going to torture you as a result of you not having anyone, and then knowing that you don't have anybody to run to, you have no support system. Like, it's so messed up. I look at her. I'm glad that she's okay. At least she's in a shelter or something, but she doesn't seem all there. You know what I mean? She doesn't seem all there. And being tortured, being mentally, psychologically, and she even accused him. She even accused him of doing the S word, S-wally, you know, doing all those things, being subjected to all those things can take its toll on you, can make even the most sane person, the sanest person, come off looking like they are crazy now, they're not well. That's what these types of torture does to a person. That's what this type of torture does to a person. Okay? So it takes the grace of God. It takes having the right support system. It takes being in the right place at the right time. It takes cultivating a community that is going to go to bat for you. Ari says, I heard Cora talk about her case on live stream. Can you tell me when she talked about it, so that now that I'm live, we can just take a look at it? If you can tell me the video, when the video was done, that way I can see, we can just, and maybe even time stamp it for me, so that we can just go directly to where she talked about it. A lot of women, especially our black women, are going through so much. They meet these OYINBO men. They think these OYINBO men, because, we are so carried away by the things we see on TV. Oh, OYINBO men sabi do love, they sabi play love, they sabi do this and do that. But not realizing that much of what we see is acting. Even OYINBO men are not even that nice to their own OYINBO women. Not as nice as we see on TV. Especially if you meet the wrong one. Those things are good though. Okay. The ideals about being married to somebody who treats you nice. Everybody wants to marry somebody that treats them nice. Nobody wants to marry somebody that will end up treating them poorly. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to marry somebody that will treat them like egg, carry them like egg, wait on them hand and foot, treat them like they believe they deserve to be treated. That's just the goal of everybody, okay? And it's not even an ambitious one, it's the basic thing. But sometimes, sometimes when you have the misfortune of meeting the wrong one, somebody that has a vendetta, somebody that is looking for somebody that they are going to exact whatever revenge that they need to exact on, and you just happen to be the unfortunate person who cross paths with them, and you buy into their lies, you buy into their shenanigans. Guess what? They're gonna take advantage. They don't have no forgiveness in their heart. They don't. Unlike a lot of us, Africans, and even Africans in the diaspora and everything, Africans from all over, okay? usually, like, we may rant and rave and do whatever, but ultimately we still have that forgiving heart. We're very quick to forgive. We don't hold grudge, at least, for the most part. I'm not saying that we are all the same, but the vast majority of these Oyinbo people hold grudge. They never forgive. They will literally pretend as if they have forgiven you just so that they can have the perfect opportunity to exact the perfect revenge, to get back at you for what you supposedly did to them. There is no forgiveness in their game, okay? They'll pretend. Like, do you know how much dedication you have to put into something to pretend? Sometimes they can even pretend for years. They can even pretend for years in some cases, pretending as if, yes, we care about this person. Oh, I've forgiven you, I've forgiven you. All the while, they're just looking for the right time to pounce, you know? And then a lot of our girls, because we're so carried away and we're so gullible and we fall for all the lies, all the deceits, they tell us they love us and we just believe every lie that comes out of their mouth, not knowing that they are taking advantage of us. Because some of us are so gullible. And then slowly, a bit of yourself, you start chipping a bit of yourself away for them. Slowly, through manipulation, through gaslighting, through anything, they'll start like just twisting your head, causing you to lose everything that you believe, your essence, what makes you you. Just slowly, before you know it, like, you look in the mirror, you cannot even recognize yourself. And then there are those of us who believe that, oh, they are better no matter what. That's not the case. So that may be the case maybe some years ago, I don't know. But in this day and age, anybody that is eyeing to date Oyinbo person because they think they make better partners than their fellow skin folks, that person is in for a rude awakening. Because that's not the case anymore. These people, they are looking for somebody that they're going to take advantage of. They're looking for somebody they're going to take advantage of. When you hear stories, interracial stories, when especially there's a situation where the woman is black and the man is Oyinbo, when you hear some of the things, some of the stories that comes out from interracial relationship, like, you go shake your head. You go shake your head when you hear some of the things coming out. It is not all it's cracked up to be. We've been sold this idea about how, oh, they are so romantic, oh, they are so attentive, oh, they are so kind, oh, they're so generous in bed and all these other things. Oh my gosh, all those things. It is not, unfortunately, not the case, especially if they marry somebody that is our skin folk, because they believe that any of our skin folk women that is marrying them is marrying them because they feel like they cannot marry our skin folk men. You understand? So they think, okay, this person, definitely for them to choose me, because you may not even know this. Oyinbo people, especially Oyinbo men, they feel so inferior. They feel so, their inferiority complex. Oh my gosh. And that's why it gets to their head whenever they are in a space where there are a lot of black women, and our skin folk women are always hyping them, gassing them up and praising them and telling them how wonderful they are. Because they do the barest of the bare minimum, and to even hear our women applaud them for the barest of the bare minimum that they do, it kind of makes their head swell. They're like, wow, doesn't take much to impress these people, does it? Like, it does something to them whenever they see that even the barest of the bare minimum that they do, that they contribute in the relationship, in the marriage, in whatever, They see how you appreciate it, when in reality, when they are married to their own fellow Oyinbo, it's they have to like do 100 times more than they do. They have to put in 100 times more effort than they put in when they are married to our skin folk. And then our skin folk will be like, oh, he's the best husband in the world. They're not even doing anything. And those things will get to their head. They'll be like, whoa, okay. So this means I'm a king in this corner of the world. Okay, so these people, they don't even know who they are. They have low self-esteem. They don't think much of themselves. That all I need to do is to just do the best of the bare minimum, and they will exalt me. They will lift me up like I am king. That's the mentality that they have. First of all, the fact that our skin folk will even agree to marry them alone already make them think, okay, something is wrong with this person, because they have serious low self-esteem. They know that if their own people would accept them, if their own women, fellow Yimbo women would accept them, they will never touch you with a 10-foot pole. They don't want to be lonely. And they also see a need for you. They want to use you, and they know that their women will not touch them with a 10-foot pole. And so they go to the easy target. And our women will just like, whoa, before you know it, you go in the comments. Just like during the time that Cora and Justin were married, when you go in the comments, all the things, oh my God, you're so handsome. Oh my God, you're so smart. Oh my God, you're so knowledgeable. When in reality, she's the one teaching him stuff. He doesn't know anything. But our people, because of the low self-esteem, none of those things even matter. None of those things even matter. Okay? So I can't even begin. If you hear stories about interracial dating or marriage, what some of these Oyinbo men make our skin folks women do, if you hear stories, like, you will cry. You will cry. Like, you will cry for some of the women in this relationship. A lot of them will never come out and tell you, but if the ones that are brave enough, the ones that have had enough, and they're like, I'm not doing this anymore, I'm coming out and I'm telling my story. If you hear the things that they talk about, how these men even pimp them out. Pimp them out. Because a lot of these men, they are very lazy. Very, 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 very lazy. Okay? They want a woman that is going to be, going to bring on the baking and also fry it too. They don't want to put in the work. They don't want to do anything. And they know that their women, their Oyinbo women will never put up with that. So they'll go and look for a low self-esteem having skin folk, our sisters, that will put up with the kind of rubbish, because our sisters feel like, oh, okay, at least I've always wanted a Oyinbo man, so who cares? Yeah, a lot of them, if you look at them, if just like when you see an Oyinbo woman that marries a black man, just know that nobody from her place will take her to. If you see, listen, I'm not I'm just trying to like lay down. Okay, I'm just trying to lay the whole thing down. Like, do your own research and be observant. Even the Oyinbo women that marry our men, if you see them, like, they are like the ones. If I'm not even talking about, you may not even know, because you look at them, because maybe you've been programmed to believe that all of them are up there, but them in their community, they know there is a hierarchy, there is a way, they know the ones that are top and the ones that are bottom. If you see them, no, not their own men don't usually want them. That's the reason why they go for black men too. So there is a pattern here. If they had a choice, what I'm trying to say is, if they had a choice, they would not be with our skin folk, men or women. The vast majority of them will not. But they can get away with a lot of things with our skin folk than they can get away with when it comes to their own fellow OYINBO. That's another reason why they gravitate towards our skin folk. Okay? So don't be fooled and don't be carried away. Okay, so what was I saying? I was talking about how some of them will be they'll be pimping their own wives out. Yeah, making them do things because they don't care. It's not even like the relationship was based on love, right? No, it was based on necessity. There was no love. They just wanted somebody that will be financially responsible for them. And then they tend to take that relationship and use it as a blackmail. So this man now that has now taken Karen to this country where she knows nobody and subsequently subjected her to all kinds of things. She's talking about being sexually hurt. So he subjected her to all kinds of torture. Just imagine being alone, isolated. And God knows what he may have introduced her to. God knows what he may have introduced her into, or even laced a drink with, without her knowing, so that he can call the police and have her sent out. And then when she's tested, they'll say, oh, her head is not correct anymore because she's doing drugs. Like, gosh. Like when they're done, okay, imagine now she has kids that she hasn't seen, okay? Who knows what he's doing with those kids now that she's not even there? Kicked her out of the house and claimed that she was on drugs. And all it takes is for just that one claim. As soon as the police came, they probably tested her, they probably took her to a hospital. Maybe she was acting up and she didn't even know what she was acting up about. She didn't know that she had been drugged. And then she's taken to the hospital and they test her and they're like, oh, that's true. We don't know what he laced in her drink allegedly or supposedly. You don't even know what he may have given her that will completely mess up her head. And we don't know what he may have told the police officers that would have been corroborated by a blood test that they conducted that would have led them to say, okay, you can't come back to this house anymore. Go to a shelter, go somewhere. That place where she is doesn't even really look like a shelter. It looks like, I don't know how shelters are in other places. Maybe it's a shelter, but this looks like a treatment facility, more so like a treatment facility. Okay? That's what this looks like. This looks more so like a treatment facility. You know what I mean? So people are suffering. And it's even hard if you don't have like a support system, or you have a support system but none is around you. I'm guessing that he took her out of the UK where she was or wherever she was before she went to Big Brother Africa. So there is a lot. I do stories like this just to educate our people to stop falling for the okie doke. This is a perfect example of something sounding better in theory, okay? Because when the practice come, like when it comes down to practical, hey, and usually when all these women, by the time they realize the kind of person that they've been married to, it's usually like way too hard, too late for them to realize, okay? I'm glad that she's asking for support. I'm glad that she's asking for GoFundMe donation. I hope that she's able to get her kids. But it looks like after she posted the initial one, after she posted this initial comment about how she's going through a divorce with her husband, she has been homeless for a year and she's been hurt. I'm not going to say those words again. So if anything happens, basically directly indicting, telling people if anything happens, you guys don't ever hear from me again. Just know that this man should be held responsible. You guys, this is the man that you should ask. Imagine dealing with all this for more than a year. For more than a year, she was dealing with this and nobody knew. Okay. So, anyways, she came back. I'm sure that the guy saw the story. I'm sure that the guy was made aware of what she had posted. And maybe, he didn't like the fact that she was saying those things about him, because she came back again, the same person who said to hold the man responsible if anything happens to her. So this is what she came back, less than one day later. She came back and she says, "Hello everyone, thank you for the love and support. Focusing on my children and I decided to go back to school to study to be a HHA. I don't know what all these things are, but apparently she wants to be a CNA nurse." So she goes on to say, "I love caring and helping the sick or disabled. I want to thank my husband and the father of my children for the wonderful years we had, and I pray we put our differences aside and focus on our children and shower them with love and care. Thank you, Nigeria, my home, and thank you, Africa, my heartbeat. I'm the true daughter of the soil. If God is for me, who can be against me? Nobody." So this was what she came back. To me, I'm reading this and I'm just thinking this looks like something that he probably dictated for her. Okay. I'm sure he was made aware of the post that she made and basically blackmail her, or maybe gaslit her into saying these things, because he probably told her, "You want to see your kids, then you have to come out and say these things. You have to tell them that everything is fine now, and then we can arrange on, because clearly she still want the marriage, she still want the man, you know." So these, like, I'm reading this post that she made, and I'm thinking, yeah, 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 yeah. He definitely reached out to her. He definitely made her write this thing. He probably even jotted to her what she needed to write and post. Okay. And he probably dangled the children's custody to her face and be like, "If you don't do this, I'm never gonna let you see the kids again." Karen, anytime you feel the need to talk, you need to talk. Don't suffer in silence. Do not suffer in silence. A lot of women are going through so many things. And a lot of them are silent, not necessarily because they want to be silent, but because they kind of have to, because the person that is holding their children ransom, because in my opinion, that's how I'll categorize this. The person that is holding their children ransom is basically saying, if you want to ever see your children again, if you want to ever have any type of relationship with your children again, don't, you have to go and don't tell anybody about this, or go and correct what he have already posted. That's what this tells me. Okay. This whole thing is giving somebody who just really want to, like, silence her, discredit her. Because now that she has come out, like, under 24 hours, she has written two posts contradicting each other. The second post basically contradict the first one. Now that she has done that, guess what's going to happen next time she feels a need to reach out to the public again? Next time she feels a need to, like, cry out over what is supposedly happening, she's going to be thinking, will people believe me? Or even people that are going to be reading what she has to say will be thinking, how do we know that she's not going to come back tomorrow and flip flop on us again? And that will also be something that they will have at the back of their mind, as to whether or not they should believe. If you're one of those people, my response to you is that anytime anybody cries out over something, believe them all the time. Do not say because they came out yesterday and said one thing and then they are coming out today and saying another thing. So next time when they cry out, you're not going to listen. Don't do that, because a lot of these people are not doing it out of their own volition. They're not flip-flopping out of their own volition. 9 out of 10 times, they are being blackmailed. Things are being dangled at their face to get them to do what those people want them to do. Don't say because, oh, now she has come back to thank her estranged husband and say all these things. Don't say because of that. Next time when she cries out, you're going to ignore. Don't do that. Because a lot of the time, the people, the oppressors, is what they do. It's what they do. Their goal is to discredit these people. Their goal is to discredit their victim, so that next time when they cry and nobody listens, it's part of their goal. It's part of the role of neutralizing their support system. So please, every time anybody, doesn't matter how many times the person flip-flops, whenever somebody comes out and cry to you, listen to them. Listen to them. Iris says, let me read some comments. Ruth Garden says, young ladies, please be very careful out there. These people keeping their claws until you get married to them. Until you get married to them and these claws come out. Yep. Iris says, Jade, I can't find it now because I'm not sure which live stream it was. Oh, I see. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Sophia Williams says, Jade, you're right. Most times when you see a black woman with an OYINBO, the OYINBO person always looks slow or retarded. I don't know why our black settle. I don't know why our black women settle for such. Yeah. Iris says, sounds like she might have been under pressure to write this second statement. That's how it looks like to me. That's how it looks like to me. He knows exactly what button to push. He knows that whenever he needs to get her to do something, I think, obviously my opinion, I feel like he knows that whenever he needs to get her to do something, he'll just dangle the children and she'll just flip. I strongly believe this. I do. Yeah. So they are very calculating in that way, that in that they know what they need to do. They know what buttons to push to get their victim to say or do whatever. So may God help all our sisters to make the right decision and the right partner, so that they don't end up in regret. So that's it for me for now. Thank you so much for being here. Please hit the like button and also share this video. What time is it now? It's almost 5:30. So let me sort dinner. If I'm not too tired, I'll come back later. It's Friday. But thank you guys so much for being here. I'll catch you later. Bye.